The United States sending Vladimir Putin of Russia a new and unmistakable message: back off, stand down. U.S. troops are being sent to Poland and other allies for training exercises, moving closer to the center of the dangerous tug of war that began in Ukraine. And ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz now tells us what this means for Americans tonight. Martha.
Diane, this is a big development tonight. The U.S. has been watching every move Putin has made since promises less than a week ago from the Russians that they would help calm the situation in Ukraine. But quite the opposite has happened, and now we're moving in those troops as a message. With tensions rising and the death toll as well, today marks the most blatant show of U.S. force since the crisis began. 600 American soldiers will immediately begin deploying to Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia to conduct boots-on-the-ground infantry exercises in support of those NATO allies. A strong message to Vladimir Putin.
Nothing we've seen out of Russia or their armed forces is de-escalating the tension. These exercises were conceived as a result of what's going on in Ukraine.
At the same time, the warship USS Taylor will move into the Black Sea to replace the destroyer USS Donald Cook. This as Putin keeps tens of thousands of his troops along Ukraine's eastern border, also raising fears that the swift takeover of Crimea might embolden Putin to move into other nations with large enclaves of ethnic Russians. But Ukrainian officials say as many as 100 Russian special forces have already crossed into southeastern Ukraine, organizing the hostile takeover of government buildings and paying cash to stir up pro-Russian supporters. All of this prompting Vice President Biden, who was in Ukraine, to warn Putin to get his troops and supporters out of those buildings.
We need to see these kinds of concrete steps. We need to see them without delay.
And Martha, how long do the troops stay there? Do we have any idea?
Well, it's expected the U.S. will have this additional troop presence in those countries until the end of the year, Diane, and they could expand to other countries if this escalates.
All right. Thank you, Martha Raddatz, reporting in on the developing news tonight.